Our schools need a budget in order to plan accordingly, because of regardless what they are given, they have to deliver an education for our public schools. I'm disappointed that this is the best that our legislature can do for our students in our schools. I've been a teacher in a classroom while the state budgets have been unsettled, when employee contracts are being negotiated and cuts from the state are looming. Our state routinely recognizes the fact that we are failing to adequately fund our schools. We see the effects of this failure to fund. We see it on literacy rates, we see it on test scores, and we see it on the academic achievement, with the greatest impact being on those students with the greatest needs. This budget increases per pupil funding from years past. However, it merely restores funding to the 2009 funding levels. We are still 10 years behind where we need to be. It fails to keep up with the rate of inflation, and we are still digging out of the hole created with deep cuts to public education from more than 8 years ago. Without new revenue, this is the best we can do for our students in schools in Michigan. The Education Finance Research Collaborative tells us that Michigan is funding our schools well below where they need to be, and funding special education students, English language learners, and those students living in poverty significantly below what they need. Across the board, businesses, nonprofits, and academic institutions tell us repeatedly that our students are falling behind their peers in states that show their value for public education through greater investment in public schools. They need to invest. We need to invest to improve our talent development for our state workforce. Michigan's public schools have to have balanced budgets July 1st. Some budgeted conservatively, concerned that they were being handed cuts. Some crossed their fingers and balanced it with what they received in per pupil funding from last year, hoping that they would get the same. Michigan's public school districts need a budget. I will not make schools wait any longer. However, I am disappointed that this is the best that the Michigan legislature can do to fund our students in schools. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.